what its political impact is, its importance, its significance. And he said, do you have about an hour? I said, no, no, we don't. But what I'd like to do is, when we have fewer speakers, I'd like to bring him back to talk at a little more length. What I've asked him to do is just come up and say a couple of words. And in the next meeting or two, we're going to get him back here where he can go into a little more detail about what the political significance of the port is. It gives me a great deal of pleasure to introduce Jim Newsome, President, CEO of the port.
Well, thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. There's a lot of exciting things going on in the port today. I view what we're doing is the port being the major strategic asset for the state. I think in the era of global sourcing and global manufacturing, a state with a great port is going to prosper relative to other states. And I'll tell you up front, I'm from Savannah, Georgia. That surprises a lot of people.
Wow.
I grew up on the port of Savannah. My dad was with the port there. And the chances of me running the port of Charleston were probably less than 0%, actually, as a young person. I was not allowed to be in Charleston until I was over 21. I was forbidden from that. But my career after container shipping took me to run the port here, basically. So it's a great job. It's a lot of fun. And the port's about growth and it's about investment. So we're growing fast. We grew at over 9% last year. We're investing $1.3 billion in the next 10 years in port facilities. The main investment, a new terminal at the former Navy base here in Charleston. The state of South Carolina is investing another $700 million, so it's really an all-in bet on the future of the Southeast as a region, on the future of exports. We are, believe it or not, as a country exporting again, manufacturing to export, which is really good news, and the future of big container ships. So container ships are getting really big. They need a deepened harbor to be handled. And we're in the process of deepening. I'll have a chance to tell you about that when I come back. I am pleased to tell you that deepening a harbor today is, at least among our congressional delegation and our leaders in the state, it's almost apolitical in the sense that our entire delegation voted for the harbor deepening, which is a really good thing. Because had they not, it's likely that the people that are driving this initiative in Washington would have stripped some of the benefits for our harbor out of the legislation. So it's been very important. It's a big accomplishment that our delegation is united behind our deepening. So we've got a lot going on, a lot to do. I say to our staff and people who listen that we've got 5 or 10 more years of really hard work to get back to where we need to be. But we've got a good perspective on the future. And I think we'll be successful. It's a global business. What a lot of people don't realize is that all of our customer base is not in the United States. The people that we call on are in Marseille, France, and Singapore, and Hamburg, Germany, Copenhagen. So it is really, truly a global business. And I look forward to having a little more time to tell you about that. And I appreciate the opportunity, and I wish you a happy holiday. So thank you.